One, two, one, two. How's everybody doing? Thank you all guys for coming out. That was Gabe Recruitment. He was here just a second ago. Gabe Recruitment on tenor sax. Gabe has been a very special friend for these past 5 years. I think he is the only person who's standing by my side except for my lovely Jasmine. Ever since we were freshmen, he used to come over my room and we used to hang out all the time, listen to music, play video games, and we used to push each other all the time in the practice rooms, and he's my greatest inspiration, my greatest friend. We've been close together and deep, and thank you again for Gabriel, the crewman. Wonderful solo. That was Black Scholars by James Williams, and I wanted to make a dedication to concert jazz. Concert jazz has been an ensemble that I've done for over 3 years now. And this was actually a tune that was written specifically for the band back in 1989. And the arranger who did this for the big band, he originally had it for tenor, clarinet, and flute, but I gave it a little twist of my own. So yeah, Black Scholars. So the next tune we're gonna play is Speak Low. This is a tune that inspired me when I was younger. Yeah, back in the old days, 2000s. So yeah, when I was in middle school, the Juilliard faculty came and they did a lot of clinics with us because my band director was really close friends with him. He grew up with one of the saxophone professors in St. Thomas. So he would bring them all over the time, and this was the first tune that the professor made me learn. So I arranged this tune in honor of him, in honor of learning jazz for the first time when I was a young child. So here it is. Thank you. Thank you again. That was Yoko on the piano. Yoko. I've known Yoko for only about like a year or so, but she has been an incredible help to me and an incredible friend. And we've worked hard together for this, and we've been able to play together in concert jazz and a couple other gigs that we've done together. And she's just an amazing person, and also just to promote more female musicians, because that's really important. So give it up for Yoko. All right, so now we're gonna introduce back again on the stage Gabriel Nickerman. So I can't let Gabe and me not finish our last recital together without having a little tune that I made just for the both of us. So this tune is We See by Thelonious Monk, and it is going to feature me and Gabe. Thank you. Thank you. Again, Gabriel and Carmen. And our bass player, Alan. Thank you. Again, that was We See by Thelonious Monk. Now we're going to play a little different style-wise. This is in dedication to my grandma. She passed away a couple of years ago, and I felt in debt with her because I always said that going into music school, I would compose something for her and for the family to represent all the years of frustration and all the ancestors we had as musicians coming up and growing up. When I would go back to Colombia, every party we would have would end up in a group of our cousins either singing or playing guitar or playing piano, whatever it may be, until 3 in the morning. And I owe it to my heritage to create something in the style that Colombia makes and is famous for. So this is a Colombian pasillo that I created. It's a bit of a it's an Andean folk genre of music that's usually played with a specific instrument called the tiple or the harp, or with clarinet. It's very variable, the instrumentation that you can have. But for today, I'll be playing soprano sax with Yoko. All right, this is called Rosita. Thank you. you. Again, Rosita is a Colombian passage that I think Colombians in North America, around the world, don't get the much appreciation and the much exposure that they have. So it's up to me to be able to give you guys the experience and to get you guys to have more in-depth experience with what we are as Colombians, how we enjoy our music, how we speak it, how we communicate with each other. And this is a piece that made me have to listen to Yoko and whoever it may be, but for this Yoko, and feel the emotions that we are through the harmony, through the rhythm, and really through the heritage that I have as a Colombian. So thank you again. This is in dedication to my grandma up there, wherever she is. I hope that she appreciates, and this is for her from the bottom of my heart. So thank you. So being at music school would be kind of bad if I didn't write my own songs. So the last one I did this, and this one I did too. So this one is kind of a piece where I thought of myself back when I was younger, and my sister would know this. I would always be the one saying, "What about me?" You know, because I was always the spoiled one. So just think of this as the passage of my young childhood when my sister gets something cool and I don't. So here we go. Thank you guys. You guys like, did you feel my whining? So I believe it is our last tune for the night or for the afternoon. I know, sad. I wish we could play all day. I would like to thank everybody who has been influencing me up to this point to become a musician, to become a better person, good friends, good experiences, advice, my parents. Janet, Eduardo, my parents have always been there since I was the age of 4, starting at piano. Please give them a round of applause. Please, yes, I love you guys. You've been there since the start of it all. My sister, even though she gives me a lot of heck, she's always pushed me in the right direction, keeping me away from bad girls. You know the business. You have a sister, you know. My first teacher on the saxophone, Michael Forte, he was in Bach Middle School of the Arts, which was my first arts middle school too, giving me so many opportunities to go nationally, internationally, and Michael Forte gave me the chance to play the sax. And funny story, I played the sax because I was jealous of my brother, and he was getting all the girls in middle school, so I wanted that too. The band director at Bach Middle School of the Arts, Mr. Cleve Malone, the one who was from St. Thomas, he's the one who made me start playing jazz in his jazz band. He was the one who would pretty much give me all the lessons that I needed and the support that I needed to be able to go on and be able to audition for my high school and later on Berklee. Mr. Osakis, who, if you guys don't know, I used to be a vocal major back in middle school. And she is tough as a rock. She would say anything and everything to you. But most importantly, she loved her children. And those choruses sound so good. They're pretty much rivaling a lot of professional choruses nowadays. And they still are. And she's keeping it strong for over 20 years now. She's been in Bach, and she's just doing a great job. I wanted to thank her. And I wanted to thank my high school teachers as well. Mr. Hernandez and Mr. Raghavan, they're both my jazz band and my concert band directors, and they've always kept me where I'm at. They centered me on the ground, because, you know, when you play a hot lick, you're like, oh! Yeah, you know. So they kept me in place. They gave me incredible opportunities where I got to play in some beautiful venues, and I just wanted to give them a thank you and a shout out. And to Shannon LeClaire, who couldn't make it today, but she sent me an email and she was giving me all my support. She's singing on the stream right now. Thank you so much. You gave me so much courage to be able to push my limits and see beyond what I could see. Because, you know, if you don't have a teacher, you don't know what you need to practice. And she really laid it out for me. And these past 4 years, when I've been studying with her, have just been truly inspiring. And I just wanted to give her a shout out. Gabriel LeCrumman again. My best friend. He has been there since the start. We've been goobers, doofuses. We've done some really questionable things too. But all in all, a great friend. And I hope to see him in New York. And of course, we're going to hang out and we're going to do everything together. We're just going to be right tight in there in the pocket. So thank you, Gabe. Yes. And to our band, our pianist, Yoko, give a round of applause. Alan on the bass. And last but not least, Kelvin on the drums. These guys have been incredible. And we've rehearsed and had some great laughs, and we've worked out all the kinks and all the stuff that needed to be worked on, and it came out perfect. So thank you guys so much. Thank you again. So I'd like to bring Jasmine Song up to the stage again. Jasmine, my fiance, who if she didn't give me back rubs and hugs and stuff, I would not be as happy as I am right now. She is my everything. I can't. There's not a recital after this, right? Because it's been like an hour. No, it's not. But yes, I love you and thank you so much for helping me put this together. So our last tune is going to be J-Lag. This is a song that Gabe and I used to listen to back when we were in our first year, and I was really inspired by the way he played, by his arrangements, and just it brought me to a whole new level of thinking. And I just wanted to give him a shout out because he's watching from New York right now. So Troy, thank you so much. And this is J-Lag. Hope you enjoy. Thank you all guys for coming. Again, Yoko on piano. Jasmine Sloan on the trombone. Alan speeding out the rocket. Calvin Andres on drums. Gabriel McCormick on tenor and alto sax. And yours truly, Alex Ramírez. Thank you guys all for coming. Thank you.